Okay, this is an SOS type of video to say that we are in altcoin season and I expect things to get very bullish going forward. People, I think, are getting complacent and continue asking, where's altcoin season? It's not here. But back around a month ago when I said altcoin season has begun, and a list of all those altcoins I gave to pay attention to, a good amount of them are up quite a bit, and this video is sort of to emphasize that you want to continue holding because I think things are about to get a bit crazy soon. SUI has made its move from $1.60 to $5. I said it'd get to tens of billions. It's at 15 right now, and I think that's begun. And I am fairly confident in a double-digit SUI. Aave from under 100 to 400. Pepe has done very well. Prime, which I shilled pretty hard in this range, and one that I'm actually getting a little more bullish on. I think this one breaks highs for sure because they got some very bullish things developing. Point is, these are the beginnings of those parabolic moves, and so you don't want to get shaken out. Tau, I'm still very bullish on it. If you think my conviction on Tau has changed at all, just wait until the video I make when it hits 1,000. To this very moment, I still think it has the most potential out of any new cycle crypto, over SUI, Hyperliquid, Virtuals, any of them. And with the developments that are going to come out over these next weeks and months, I think you'll see why. Recently, Sam Altman said something about AGI coming out this year. If we are fortunate enough to sync up AGI with this bull market, then every single assumption and norm and narrative that we have would need to be completely reset, because in that case, the repricing that would have to occur across AI and AI on the blockchain, it'd be quite difficult to project. I think in that scenario, the only safe bet and the only absolute you can rely on is having exposure to AI. AI has a market cap of 60 billion. If you want to count the agents, then that's another 5. And Tau will be the most valuable AI coin. EOS is good. Akash is good. Prime is probably the best mid-cap because I think these other agent frameworks are going to get blown out the water with what they have going on. In terms of the agents, we were one of the first to talk about it. The risk reward at that time was amazing. Some of them went to 0, but then some of them did a 30, 40, 50x with Cerebro and Fartcoin. As projected, there was going to be so much saturation with all these useless LLM bots. And that, in essence, gave Fartcoin a sense of safety, which is why I was so bullish on it in the videos and on my Twitter. Make sure to go follow me there with link in description for any updates like that. In terms of Fartcoin, I'm still very bullish. I think it could still do quite well from here. From when I first shilled it at 30 mil, a 100x I think will happen. I think the bigger question is if it will 1000x and hit 30 billion in market cap. I'm not saying it will, but something that I'm paying attention to. So because I think altcoin season has begun and the explosive phase of, altcoin season is here, if you're allocated, you need to keep holding and obviously come up with your exit plans. If you still somehow need to buy, or I guess this is good knowledge in general too, there's sort of 2 categories of crypto that I would look into. Either those that are completely floored out or those that are bound to get into price discovery. So going back to Prime, this one will make new highs. The current all-time high is about $28. Right now, it's at 17. To get there, that is a free 60%. And once it crosses that threshold, that's sort of a green light to get many multiples over that. Whether it will or not, I'm not sure, but it has that sort of potential. But going back to SUI, this one I can't advocate a buy for. I did so relentlessly over the past year, but not anymore. It's already making new highs, already at 15 billion. Could it do a 10x over this? Potentially, but we're now in a zone where there's no way to ascertain that whatsoever. If you're holding SUI, absolutely keep doing that and come up with a plan to start selling. The problem with buying something like a SUI now is that you will probably go up a 2, 3, 4x, but then you'll be hearing about how other people have made a 10, 20x on it, where you probably start holding your standards to that and are a lot more likely to be a bag holder after. And then an example of something that's floored out is like Filecoin. So with this, we're not targeting highs whatsoever. It will not get there ever again. But for example, a cluster we could first target is up here between 16 and 24 bucks, where Filecoin could absolutely top there. But if it clears that, then you could look at the next level up between 40 and 60 bucks. So in a way, you have room to play with. Now compare that to something like a SHIB. See how it's kind of in the middle? From its current position, we can't really tell if it'll break all-time highs or even get there, and also it's not close enough to its bottom to put a bid in. It's kind of in the middle. So once again, the pro of having coins that are likely to make highs is that once they make those highs, they get sort of a boost or a push upward. And the pro of having bottomed out coins is that they have all this room to play with to the upside, regardless of if they make highs or not. Coins kind of in the middle, where you're unsure if they'll make highs, can be bound in a worst case scenario by the all-time high resistance. And the danger of bidding coins already in that price discovery mode is that you're not sure how much juice they have left. Although these coins you want to absolutely keep holding. Going back to Tau, for example, the reason I'm so comfortable still holding it is because of how close it is to highs, where no matter what narratives Tau within itself may have, due to the natural flows of the market, in a bull market, it'll go up and hit price discovery regardless. And then any bullish catalysts it can add on top is just more fuel. With CAS, it's a bit difficult because this is actually looking pretty distributive. Caspa probably would have been in a much better position if the bulls didn't hold the 10-cent level when they did. There is a lot of air here, and CAS would have been better off if it topped where it did earlier this year and completely went back down to 5 cents, ranged there for a while, and then even if it was at the exact same price it was right now, going forward it probably would have looked more healthy than it is right now, even though in the two scenarios they're the exact same price. Now again, due to those natural sort of flows, liquidity flows of the market, I still think CAS will make new highs. We'll see how it does, but given the RSIs, for example, it kept making lower highs while price kept making higher highs. So it's no wonder that it would have needed a very long time to sort of sort this divergence out. All in all, I expect the very aggressive part of altcoin season to be here soon, and I think people will be happy from when I originally declared altcoin season around a month ago. You need to be very cognizant of the potential you're playing with whenever you buy a crypto if you're still doing that. And for those who were interested, I've begun the group I was going to start. There is a link to it in the description. So I've made it two categories, a standard edition and what I call the pain edition. The pain edition is capped to just 75 people. It is first come, first serve, where in that edition I will be talking to everyone in it. And then with the standard edition, you get the same information, and this is sort of the group that will be competing with all of these other crypto groups out there, where I provide basically daily uploads and information and alpha and answer questions, stuff like that. So if you're interested for a place to be during this bull market, go check that out. And overall, just thank you to everyone for showing any amount of interest. If you did that, I was blown away by it. Make sure to subscribe as the bull market picks up for more content and information, and I will see you next time.